Hey guys, this week for Weapons Wednesday, because you like Amanda so much, I had her go and choose her favorite weapons for us to test out today. But before we begin, if you could just like this video and subscribe to our channel, that would be awesome. So, before we begin, last week I was showing off different throwing weapons and you guys went to the community tab and voted for your favorite. So the winner of your favorite throwing weapon was the Royal Flush throwing cards. These things are so much fun. They remind me so much of Gambit from X-Men, and I actually have had a blast just throwing them the last few days. You get pretty good with them if you practice with them for a while. So I absolutely love these things. But so many of you guys are constantly commenting about how much you like Amanda. So we decided to make this video all about Amanda today. So what I did is I asked Amanda to go back to the warehouse and choose her favorite items for her to show off to us today. So without further ado, Amanda, what is your very first item?
Here you go.
Awesome, awesome. Okay, let's see what we have. And then when this video is over, make sure you go to the community tab again and vote for which one of Amanda's items was your favorite. Ooh, the solid brass dragon Tekko. Okay, I showed this thing off in a previous video, so we'll just look at it really quick. Oh, wow. This thing is so cool. All right, so take a look at this. So this is a solid brass weapon. So it's pretty heavy. It actually weighs approximately 14 ounces, just under a pound. So that actually gives you a lot of weight behind your punch. So I actually like that a lot. So back in feudal Japan, people weren't allowed to have weapons. And the problem is that farmers were having people come onto their property and steal their crops. And they had no way to defend themselves because they couldn't have weapons. So they got smart and they started turning their farming utensils and other things that they'd find on the farm into weapons. And that's where the Tekko came from. There's a couple different types of Tekko. There's actually this one type of Tekko that's two horseshoes hooked together. You've probably seen them before. It's kind of cool. It's like two U's that kind of connect together. And then there's this type of Tekko that actually is like the stirrups on a horse. So these are pretty sweet, right?
I do really like it a lot. It's so unique. It has such a pretty color to it. Like, I love it. And then even though these are unsharpened points, they still could pack a punch when you actually use them, which is pretty cool.
For sure. So they're not sharp at all, right?
They're not sharp.
You could probably sharpen these up, but I wouldn't want to. Like,
It's
this thing
just too pretty.
Yeah, it looks really pretty. Could you punch with this? How's it feel on your hand?
I think even with my smaller hands, it's not too bad. Like, it's a slightly little bit too big, but overall, it's not bad for me.
Okay, gotcha. Can I see it real quick?
Yeah.
Okay, so when you're working with brass knuckles, like there's a couple of different things you have to worry about. Depending on the size of your hand and the type of brass knuckles, there's certain ways you want to hold them. You can either hold them like this, so they're a little bit below your knuckle, or you hold them a little bit higher. Now, traditionally, these guys were held a little bit higher, but I think that you could probably get some good momentum holding them that way too, which is pretty sweet. Mm-hmm. Like, I like this a lot. Why don't you try just hitting something with it and see.
So like this?
Yeah, try it both ways lightly and just see which one. You don't want to hurt your hands.
Yeah, let's see.
Nice.
That's actually pretty comfortable. I really like that. And then what was the other way?
Okay, so you held that one. Were you a little bit higher on your knuckles? Okay, then just try it a little bit lower on your knuckles.
Okay, let's see. I actually like the first way better.
Okay, so you like it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
It feels more comfortable for me.
This real quick. On these, I actually like this way better. I feel like I get a better punch. But we're gonna have to test this out on something else. Yeah, I can hit both ways. I think either way works pretty nicely. But these things are so solid. They're not going to break on you easily at all. One thing you have to be aware of, though, is despite the fact that these are like a feudal Japanese weapon, they're actually considered to be similar to a knuckle dusters or a brass knuckle weapon nowadays. So it's very important you check your local laws on them because the laws in different states, cities, municipalities is different depending on what you can own, what you can carry, and what can be sold there. And also, just double check on all the weapons we're going to show off today because you just want to make sure that you're doing the right things
Yeah.
as far as weapons go. So, all right, what else should we tell them about these?
So it is solid brass construction, and it's approximately 7 inches by 3 3/4 inches as well.
Okay.
And then, yeah, the dragon design is very cool.
Oh yeah, so it's got that dragon design to it, which is very common in the feudal Japanese period. So I actually really like that about it. Gives it a really unique design. But we need to test this out on something a little bit different.
Yeah.
Why don't we go ahead and bring this outside and actually try hitting something else with it?
Yeah,
All right?
I'm down.
All right, let's do it. Wow, that thing was really, really awesome. Great choice, Amanda. I think that's such a good choice. And what's so cool about it is we hit a lot of things and my fist isn't hurt at all. Like this actually protects it perfectly and it gave it a really nice strong punch. So I love this thing. I think it's awesome. But yeah, let's move on to the next weapon and show us what you got next for us.
I'm super excited.
All right.
It's my all-time favorite weapon.
Oh, that scares me. Yeah. The snake bite stun gun. Okay, so we showed this off in our very first stun gun video like a year and a half ago.
Yep.
And it is one of my favorite stun guns as well. And I like it because it has the ability to be used as an additional weapon if the stunning doesn't take your attacker down. So with this guy, if you had to, you could actually punch with it and strike with these little sharp points up here. We call it the snake bite stun gun because it's got this kind of carbon fiber skin to it, and it's got these little snake fangs up top. And this, yeah, oh yeah, that would actually really hurt. That would dig right into your skin. And if you ever had to use a stun gun, there's certain areas of the body you'd want to use it in. The groin, the neck is really good. Areas like the chest where there's a lot of muscle. So I think this is a great stun gun for so many reasons. But let's see, what do you like about it?
I love the carbon fiber wrap around it. I think that just looks so cool compared to other stun guns. And it's a non-slip grip too, and at least especially for me, I can hold it without any issues either. Your hand sizes doesn't matter quite as much.
Is it pretty comfortable for you?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so if you were to like, don't turn it on yet, but if you were to like hit me in the arm, yeah, that feels comfortable. It's not going to hurt your hand at all.
No.
Okay, very nice. So the manufacturer says this is 85 million volts. So if you watched any of my videos, you know that we don't take that number seriously at all because the manufacturers just throw a random number onto their packaging to make them look like they're stronger than other stun guns. Plus there's things like resistance and amperage that you got to be aware of when actually figuring out how strong a stun gun is. So we're not going to take that number seriously, but what we like to do is we like to actually stun me to make sure it is an effective weapon. I hate that, but I feel like it's an important way to actually see that these are an effective weapon.
I'm just a little afraid with the fangs.
With the fangs,
it might hurt a little bit
Yeah,
more.
so don't hit me with it. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to put my arm like this. And I'm going to have you stun me right here for like a second.
Okay.
And we'll just see how strong it is. So why don't you go ahead and just do that. Ow, jeez!
I even stunned myself a little bit.
Yeah, it was really, really painful. You know what? You got me in the funny bone. That's why it hurt more than usual. That was pretty crazy. Okay.
And I didn't even hit him like a full punch or anything like that either.
Yeah, that was a good one. That was a good one. So this one is definitely strong. It's definitely one of my favorite stun guns as far as that. Plus it's so nice and small, concealable.
Yep.
I love that about it. It actually is about 3.5 inches by 3 inches. And it weighs only 2.5 ounces. So that thing is super light. And it comes with this nice little case that you could just keep on your belt. So that's pretty cool.
And a USB charger.
And a USB charger. So yeah, it's not one of those stun guns where you got to change out the batteries. You just plug it into the charger, charge it up. That's really nice. And I don't think there's anything else to say.
I forgot to add something real quick.
Sure.
I really like the bottom button where it's already right there, so you don't have to like move your hands like around like opposed to other ones.
That is super convenient.
I do like that a lot.
So if you're going to do it, you just kind of put your middle finger in and just strike like that.
Yep.
That's pretty cool. I like it. I like it a lot. Awesome. Well, let's go ahead and put that thing away and move on to your next item.
Perfect.
Hopefully no more stun guns. That would be mean.
I got this one.
All right. Good. Let's see what we've got here. Okay, good. I was worried it was a giant stun baton or something.
I wouldn't be that mean.
All right, the black Mantis claws. I absolutely love these things. We've shown them off in a previous video, and they are so cool. So there's a very popular sci-fi movie that these were inspired by, and I absolutely love the movie. And I love these claws. So
They are so unique looking.
yeah, all right. Let's look at that, take it off. Oh wow, those are really sharp. Really sharp.
Yeah.
Ooh. Give you that one. Okay, so it comes with 2 of these black claws, both totally sharp.
Yep.
And it comes with a stand, which is pretty neat. So I'm going to open the stand up really quick. Why don't you tell us a little bit about it?
These are 440 stainless steel with a black finish, so it won't rust quite as easily. And then it has black nylon cord rope, absolutely very comfortable. I really like that for a grip. And then it has an overall length of approximately 12.5 inches with a blade length of approximately 10 inches. And both of them are very lightweight as well. It only is about 11 ounces per one.
Okay, so far I took the stand and I just added these little pegs to it. Now, if I was going to build this at home, I'd actually like hammer those in just a little bit. But then you'd hammer this part on right here, and I'll just hook that on just really quick. Okay, so I'd kind of hammer that in there, and then hammer that in there, and then the blades kind of sit on top of there. So I'm not going to put it together anymore, but let's look at these guys.
Yeah, you can explain it a bit better than me.
I like these. I actually really like these. In the previous video we did with them, they just destroyed the watermelon, so I love that about them. You know, as you said, they're 440 stainless steel, which isn't my favorite steel, but it is corrosion resistant, so that's kind of nice. And that black finish just makes them look so stealthy, so I like that a lot. And you're right, they're really comfortable.
Yeah.
Really comfortable on your hands. I bet these things would just dig into that wing.
I think so.
Jeez!
That was way too easy.
Okay, so yeah, these things will just dig into something. I love that. I mean, these things are really, really awesome. Is there anything else we need to tell you about them?
I don't think so, but do you want to test it out on something else?
Yeah, for sure. I guess if I were to buy these, I would actually take a belt sander and sharpen up this side as well. And then that way they'd be like a true Mantis claw. So you kind of dig that way, slash that way. I think they'd be so awesome.
That would be cool.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and take these outside and actually slash something with them.
Sounds good.
All right, let's do it. Well, I swear every time I show these things off on video, I like them more and more because they're just so sharp, such an awesome weapon. The only problem is by hitting that soda with them, I got myself all wet, all over my pants.
It's the first time I wasn't soaked with it either. It was great.
Well, let's go ahead and put these away and move on to your next item.
Perfect.
All right, what do you got next for us?
One of my personal favorites.
Awesome. It's heavy, very heavy. Oh, cool. You know, I've been doing these videos for like a year and a half and we've never shown this off. So this is the solid aluminum Tonfa.
Yes.
That's awesome. Good choice. Great choice. Why don't you go ahead and open that one?
Perfect. So I personally don't know how to use Tonfa, but every single customer who has ever gotten these said that they're amazing and they loved them. And honestly, the sleek design just makes them look amazing.
Cool, cool. Yeah, I love these. I think they're so cool. So when we designed these, we didn't really design them to be like a combat weapon. They could definitely be used for like combat purposes, but we actually designed these so that you would be able to use something super heavy so that when you went back to a wooden Tonfa, you'd be a lot faster. So these things, they come in 2 different sizes. They come in a 20-inch version and they come in a 24-inch version, and they weigh roughly around 3 pounds each Tonfa. So that's heavy. I mean, this thing is freaking heavy.
And it's made by Combative, which is a U.S. company as well, which is great.
Yeah, made in the USA by hand, which is pretty awesome. So you can see that it's got this like hex look up here kind of towards the handle, and then it tapers down into a roundness here and here. And then the handle's about 5.5 inches, which is about perfect. So this is a 20-inch Tonfa here. I generally use a little bit longer tonfa because you can see that the 20-inch tonfa doesn't quite come down to my elbow. Now it's important that you talk to your martial arts instructor to see what size tonfa you want, because some instructors actually like them a little shorter, some instructors like them a little longer, but in general you want your tonfa to go past your elbow.
Yes.
So there's a really easy way to measure for that if you're buying a pair of tonfa. So if we look at this, you can see that my middle finger is about exactly to the top of that tonfa right there. So all we have to do is take the tape measure and measure from the top of my middle finger down to the bottom of my elbow, and what does it come out to?
It's approximately 21 inches.
21 inches, okay, and this is a 20-inch tonfa. So if we look at this, if we actually measure this, we'll see that this is 20 inches from there to there. Yep, 20 inches. So because I'm about 21 inches, this is just slightly too short for me. I'd actually probably go with a 24-inch tonfa. So that's an easy way to measure that. Let's see, what else do we have to say about these?
I think that's just about everything.
Okay, well, they're made out of a solid aluminum, which is pretty awesome. I mean, that is as solid as you can possibly get. So I think we should have some fun actually hitting some stuff with this.
I think
Let's
so
take it
too.
out on the Wing Chun dummy first, since we're here, and I'll let you move out of the way.
Yes.
So the Tonfa was actually my very first weapon I ever learned. That's why I have such a love for this weapon. Did you hear that? I mean, if that was a bone, that would have broken. Jeez. If I were to strike like that, man, there's just so much power in that. I love it. For learning your techniques, for learning your kata, if you get fast with these, you're going to be super fast when it comes to the wooden ones. So yeah, let's go ahead and actually go and strike something a little bit harder with these and see if we can break some stuff with them.
I think we will.
All right, let's do it. That was awesome. We've actually never even done concrete before, but it worked so well, and I think it's going to look awesome on video.
I'm so impressed too.
Yeah. I mean, these solid aluminum tonfa just sliced right through that concrete. They did get some dings on them, though. You can see there's some scratching on the side of that tonfa and then up on top. But the nice thing is, if you have Scotch-Brite at home or even steel wool, you could probably buff that right out, which would be pretty awesome. I mean, the integrity of these tonfa is still perfectly intact, so I absolutely love these things. I think these would be a great training weapon, but also we've proven that they'd make a great combat weapon as well, as long as you're strong enough to hold them.
Yeah, it was just so awesome.
They're heavy,
watching
right?
that. Yeah, I mean it's heavy for me, but it's actually not too bad.
You think you could punch okay with them?
No, definitely not. No, I've never done that.
They are a little bit heavy, but think how fast you would be going back to a light wooden pair after using these. I think that's so awesome. But yeah, let's go ahead and put these away. Is there anything else to say about them?
I don't really think
Not
so.
really.
No.
Okay, we'll put them away and move on to your next weapon.
Perfect.
Awesome. All right, Amanda, what do you got next for us?
There you go.
Awesome. Well, I'm excited. You've been choosing some really good items.
I think so too.
Well, make sure you guys actually go to the community tab and vote for which one is your favorite, because that helps us to know what you guys are interested in seeing more of in future weeks. Oh, great choice, great choice. Okay, the automatic spring-loaded baton. So we've shown these off in previous videos, but we've never shown off this version before. So this is the 26-inch version of the automatic spring baton. So all you do is you take off the safety here, hit the button, and out pops the baton. That is so cool. I absolutely love that. I think it's so cool. And then this version of it is kind of new to us. Like, we've carried spring-loaded batons for 20 years, but this version's a little bit different. It's just designed to be a little nicer. And the steel that they use is like a really well-hardened steel that can hold up to a lot of abuse. We've tested them out before. We'll definitely test out this one a little bit on video today. But what are some of the things you like about this?
I do like the rubberized grip a lot. It just makes it feel so much easier, so you know it's not going to slip out of your hands.
Nice.
I also like that it's 26 inches, just because it gives you a little bit more distance between you and an attacker, too.
Ooh, I like that, too.
I do really like that.
That's awesome, awesome.
Oh, glass breaker. I forgot to mention that.
Yeah, it's got a glass breaker on the end. So I love glass breakers because a lot of people keep these in their car, which, of course, check your local laws. But if you do keep these in your car and you got stuck in your car and had to break the window, you could definitely use it for that.
Yeah.
Plus, you could use it for hammer strike defensive techniques. So I love that about it as well. To close these things, all you do is you just kind of hold the trigger a little bit and just push it down. And these spring-loaded versions are actually a lot easier to push down than the previous versions that we've had in the past. So I actually like that a lot about these. So it is 11.5 inches approximately when it's closed. And then when it's open, it's approximately 26 inches.
Yep.
Let's see, anything else to say about it? Oh, it's got this optional wrist strap on it.
Yes.
So that's kind of cool. So I don't know if I'd use that or not, but it'd be so easy to just hook on there if you wanted it. You just kind of put that through and then hook that guy through, and you've got yourself a wrist strap. So
The main reason why I think that would be a good idea is just if someone's attacking you and grabs it, it'll still be kind of around your wrist, so it won't be so easily taken away.
Yeah, your attacker can't take it away as easily. I like that. It's a good point. So yeah, that's really easy to put on too. And then it comes with this nylon sheath, which is kind of nice. I personally don't like to wear these things when I have a baton. I like to just keep them in my pocket so I have easy access to them. But you can wear it if you want to. It weighs approximately 1 pound 6 ounces. And we have two other sizes of it. We have this one, which is approximately 21 inches. So that's pretty sweet. And we have this little pocket size one that's about 15.5 inches. Oh, I love that. I think this is so cool. That just fits right in your pocket. Let's just see. Oh yeah, you can hardly even tell I've got it in there. If you needed it, just pull it out, take the safety off, boom. Oh, I love that. I think that's so cool.
For me personally, that one's a lot easier to carry just because, you know.
Absolutely. It fit in a purse great.
Yep.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So yeah, I want to take one of these outside. Let's just grab this one, take it outside, and actually start hitting some stuff with it and see what kind of abuse it can take. Good?
Sounds good.
All right, let's do it. Well, that was really awesome. This thing actually busted through the concrete, no problem, and it still works just fine.
I was so impressed with it.
There's no bend to the metal at all. So that's pretty impressive considering how thick that concrete is. Now there's definitely some scratching on the metal, but it's not affecting its functionality at all. So I absolutely love these batons. I think that they can hold up to quite a bit of abuse. That's so cool.
I do think so too.
But if you have any questions on any of the items we showed off in this video, definitely leave them in the comments below. Make sure you like this video and subscribe to our channel, and go to the community tab and vote for which weapon you like the best. And check out KarateMart.com because we've got all sorts of really cool weapons on there, some of which are Amanda's favorite.
Yes.
But until next week, we'll see you Weapons Wednesday. And what those do is they actually give you an added weapon that you could use. Ah, jeez. You don't want to do that. That was horrible. I didn't know it was on.